Hey friends, welcome back to the homestead. I have my veil on and, well, that can only mean one of two things. I'm either getting married or I'm planning on having an audience with the queen. Hello bees. All right, let's give you a little smoky. Hope that we don't have a problem. I'm not seeing a lot of activity. I've not checked on them in a couple of weeks, so I don't know how agitated they're gonna be. We got some activity in there. Pop the top here. Hello, bees. Hi, how are you? So they're doing their job. They're collecting pollen. We've got very little activity going on. Normally you would see them just like scurrying around and scattering all over the top of the hive. And ever since we got infiltrated by yellow jackets last fall, this one managed to survive, but just barely. We've been struggling to get the population up ever since. So we're gonna try to help them out. First, I wanna do a quick inspection. All right, little bees, I'm gonna take this beetle trap out of here. Bees are usually pretty docile at this point, as long as you don't smash anybody. And that is what we've been seeing this entire time. So we've got pretty much nothing going on in these frames. This frame should be filled with honey. We'll set this off to the side here. We'll check another one. It's okay, bees. We're gonna be okay. So most of the bees are kind of congregating in the center. This one's a little bit more full, but still we have very little honey. Very little of it is capped. So they're not really preparing themselves for winter. Slide that back down into place. But I'm notoriously bad at finding the queen. We got the same thing going on here. Uncapped honey, a little bit of capped honey, and a little bit of pollen. All right, you're gonna go back in your home. So we'll just slide these guys back with our tool. If you keep them together, you're less likely to smash a bee as you're trying to slide things around. And then put that other frame in there. Sorry guys, this one. And then this way is the way it went. So our top box we've seen only has maybe a quarter of the honey that I would expect. Absolutely no brood, no eggs, no evidence of the queen hanging out up in there. So we'll check our bottom box. There's a little bit more activity going on in the second box. So you might be able to see them every once in a while. They'll pop up. You got one there going down with some pollen. So they're doing their job. They're collecting pollen. But right now, late summer, we've hit a sort of dearth in the nectar flow, where a lot of the trees have already done their blooming out. They're going to seed, and it's causing a lot of the nectar to be dried up. That doesn't leave a lot for them to work with. This frame got absolutely nothing in it except for a little hive beetle. Get out of there. When they're trying to let everybody else know where the queen's at, they'll sit there and fan like these guys. And they're fanning those pheromones out into and you can actually feel the wind blowing off of them. It's pretty cool. But they'll fan those pheromones out so that other bees in their colony can know where to go. I'm trying to look and see if I can see her. Is that her right there? I think that might be her. Nope, that's not her. Like I said, I'm really bad at finding the queen. Well, let's pull this frame out and just see what we can see. This one's a little bit heavier. We do have some brood. So usually what you would see, or what I've seen in the past, is all throughout the center part on the frame, will be multiple stages, usually in bunches, where you'll have capped brood like this, and then down there in the middle you'll see these little white worm looking things that are all coiled up, and that's the larva. And then next to it, a little bit further over or around the edges, you'll see little like white specks, and those are the eggs that are going to eventually hatch and grow into the larva, which then get capped and turned into the brood, which then will emerge out of that as full-grown bees. Around the edges you'll find honey or capped honey or pollen that they'll store so that they have easy access to feed the bees, but we're not seeing a lot of that here. All right, little queen, where are you at, sweetie? Where are you at? Makes me believe that the queen is like right there on the edge. I don't want to smash her if I drop this down. And we'll set our top box back on the top. Uh-oh, I heard it crunch. That's not good. So clearly what we need to do is encourage colony growth, and one of the ways that you can encourage colony growth is providing them more access to food. I don't want to recreate the problems that we had last year when we put the feeding box on top. I think that that's why they got attacked by the yellow jackets. So we've got another plan. We've got our bag of sugar water here, and I've got another box that we can set on top. So this is what we're going to use to try to feed them. All right, little bees. Everybody doing okay? So we'll just remove this lid, because we're going to put this lid on top of the empty box, and hopefully we'll get them fed, they'll get more active, and then we have some plans for bringing an additional hive out here to the property. Make sure there's no bees underneath us. We'll just put the bag of sugar water there, and we'll put a small 1/2-inch slit, very, very small, right there in the top of it. Squeeze all the air out, just like that, and then just put a little dab right on the top. The only thing that we've got exposed to the outside elements is this little tiny puddle right there, and then as they lick it up, they'll be able to lick down into that little tiny crack right there in the middle and be able to get more sugar water out. I think that that's going to work. And so then we'll take our empty box and just set it right over the top to provide a spacer so that we're not pushing down on that sugar water. Put our lid on there, with our vent on the back, and then our cap. I think that that should work. Hopefully, in a couple days, that'll all be gone and turning into honey. Because I would really love to actually be keeping bees instead of just having bees on the homestead. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you. If you found this video informative or entertaining in any way, please hit the thumbs up. Let us know that you liked it. If you've not subscribed to our channel, please consider subscribing. See more of what we have going on here on the homestead. All right, we'll see you on the next video. Come on, little smoker. I think that was on fire or something.